Hi, this is Belinda Colubriale and this is Talking High Performance with Belle. So I'm making this podcast for people who want to live their best life, people who know that there's more in them, but they just don't know how to get it. So there's a gap, something's missing, I'm making it for them. Hi, thanks for coming back to episode 8 on Talking High Performance with Belle. I'm really enjoying doing this, and if you get a chance, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. I've been told that it really helps to attract new listeners, so I'd really appreciate that. So let's jump straight in. Today is the Transformation Podcast, and I want to talk about navigating the path to our best self. And, you know, we know life is full of ups and downs and twists and turns, and sometimes this can lead us to feeling unfulfilled and really stuck. And the power comes when we're really able to embrace transformation and embrace, you know, the part of the journey that we're on, but also think about what would the journey be like when we reach our goal. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So, you know, whether it's a career change, a shift in mindset, or even a relationship breakup that you're dealing with, I think transformation is a really big part in helping to move you forward. And it's the journey and the challenges that it brings that has the most reward. So I want to talk to you about that. So also, if you haven't had a chance, feel free to head to my website. All the details are down below, and grab yourself a free ebook. So why is transformation important? And I think one of the most important parts of our personal growth journey is the ability and the willingness to want to transform and to embrace change in order to move us forward. And, you know, it can be challenging, and receiving feedback can sometimes be hard. It's often, again, where the major breakthroughs occur, and this helps to reach our goals and helps to, you know, have more fulfilled friendships and to have more fulfilled family life. And it's that transformation process that really allows us to do that. And it's only when we can do this and we can embrace it that we can unlock that new level of success and that new level of connection within our lives. And I want to talk to you about why transformation's hard. And transformation's a journey. And I think even when I was going through the coaching process myself, sometimes it's not so easy to receive feedback of some patterns that you're playing out in your life. And, you know, you can often be reactive and go, no, that's not me. You're reading me wrong. But then when you sit back and relax and sit back and think about it, you go, oh gosh, no, that person's right. That actually is something that I do, and it's something that I need to work on. And, you know, it's that resistance and that pushback that can be really hard. And when I think about coaching a client, or I think about, you know, helping somebody, I often think we're paid to push. So we're paid to push the client to reach that new level. And if you go in with that mindset and the client knows that, you know, you're there to challenge them, you're there to help them think in a different way, in a soft way, but also in a different way, it's often a lot easier to transform. But it's still not to say that when someone brings something to your attention and holds a mirror to your face, sometimes it can be pretty daunting. So, you know, it's really important to go, this is the end result that I want. This is the feeling that I want. And sometimes there are things and tweaks that we need to make along the way that can be hard. And that's why transformation's hard, but it's also why it's so rewarding on the other end. So that's a little bit about why transformation can be hard. But how do we begin the journey of transformation? And I want to share, you know, my top 5 tips on how you can do that. The first part is about realizing what you will and won't accept in life. So once you know what you want from your life, and once you know how you want to be and who you want to be around, it's much easier to transform, because you can align yourself with those people. You can align yourself with that mindset. You can align yourself with those goals. And it's much easier then to say no. And when we talk high performance, we often talk about rules, and they're called this, that rules. So I want this, but I don't want that. So for example, I'll choose to be kind to myself. So that's a this rule, even when I'm having a tough day. So that's an example of a this, that rule. Another example of a this, that rule is I want a pay rise, but I don't want to work more hours. So they're going, I want this, but I don't want that. Another example of a this, that rule is I want to spend more time with individuals that fill my bucket, but I don't want to say yes to every social event that arises. So going, I want this, but I don't want that. And that's a really important one. And that's one that I've really, you know, honed in on over the past few years. It's really helped me as well. So using rules like this really help to keep us on track and help with the transformation process, because we start to get really clear on what we want and also what we don't. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is setting triggers to remind yourself of who you want to be or how you want to act. And When we talk about clarity, one of the ways that we do this is we go, okay, what are 3 words that you would use to describe your best self and how you want to live? And you'd go, okay, my 3 words are honest, loyal, and friendly. And then a good way to set a trigger for this is to set a timer on your phone twice a day when you feel like you need these words. So with my words on my phone, I'll set them at about 10 and the next one at about 3, just before I pick up the kids from school. So it's a really good reminder of this is how I want to be, and it's easier to be intentional in that moment. So tip 2 is set triggers to remind yourself. Tip 3 is to focus on stickability. So what habits can you stick together that will help you get to your goal and help you transform? So for example, if you have a weight loss goal, but you don't particularly enjoy exercise, but you really love coffee, you can stick these habits together. After I do the school drop-off, I'm going to go for a walk, or I'm going to go to the gym, and then I'm going to have a coffee. So instead of having a coffee in the morning, you can go, I'm not having a coffee until I do that exercise. You may not particularly love doing the exercise, but you love coffee. So you stick them together. And the goal is that you're getting that transformation that you want. And it could be weight loss, it could be fitness, and trying to link things like that together to help you with your transformation. Tip 4 is honoring the struggle and recognizing when you need to reach out for help. So I think when we want to transform or there's something that we want to improve on, most likely there are people that have been there and done it before. So there are experts in their field, or we may even know some people who have followed the path and they are where you want to be or similar to where you want to be. And there's no point here reinventing the wheel. Sometimes it's going, what did you do? And then tweaking it to your version, a bit like when we spoke about the Miracle Morning book and tweaking it to your style. Or, do I need to reach out to somebody to help me progress further in this area? Do I need a mentor? Like, who can I reach out to make the transformation faster? So that's another really important tip. And then tip 5 is visualizing what the transformed version of you would look like. So if you reach this goal, if you reach this, whether it's personal, whether it's professional, what does it look like? What does your new life look like? How will you be standing? How will you be talking? What will your relationships feel like? And almost writing this down or sticking it somewhere that you can look at it regularly. And when we can visualize it, it's a bit like manifesting. It's much more likely that it's going to come to fruition. So that's my tip number 5 is visualizing what the transformed version of you would look like. And these are my, my top 5 tips in transformation. And, as I said, transformation initially is a little bit scary and it can be a little bit daunting and, there can be some resistance. But I think having that end goal in mind of this is who I want to be, this is what I want my life to look like, it's definitely worth the reward. And, just creating habits and setting triggers and setting reminders and visualizing this is what I want or this is who I need to reach out to can really help along that journey. So transformation is a really important topic. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to subscribe and leave a review. And next week, I'm going to talk to you about the power of patience and setting yourself up for long-term success. So until next time, live a successful, purposeful, and fully charged life. Your coach, Belle.